All right, guys, so we're going to get into why I chose PVX. And ultimately, I'm the type of guy who really loves custom gear. I love the way it looks. I love having my rig look different than everybody else's. I had a very specific set of requirements for my guitar, specific, because I love guitars. I'm not the guy who plays like 400 different guitars. I like to have 1 to 2 guitars, which I know inside and out, that are extremely versatile, that have the ability to have a broad spectrum of sound. My playing is been kind of more in the jam band realm, and when you play within that, you're doing a lot of covers, everything from reggae to funk to rock to even some bluegrass, all that good stuff. I'm a relatively accomplished guitar player, I would say. Had the ability to play with folks from I've had the ability to open for like Carl Denson, Jerry Garcia Band, Particle, even Porta Petite and Stoltz, which was a phenomenal show. Lots of different, but even within all those different genres, or all those different bands, there's a lot of different genres that I've been able to play with. So you've got to be able to have a sound that's going to be very versatile. That's just my 2 cents. And again, I love just knowing my guitar inside and out, what every little nook and crevice, cranny does, and then I can do multiple things. So I was playing at Tom Anderson for probably about 16 years. Love Tom Anderson, and that will come back up when I'm talking about, because there is some Tom Anderson built into my guitar. So now, when I looked at, I've had this, like I said, I've had this Tom Anderson for like 16 years, and there's just a few things that I kind of wanted just a wee bit different, and and I really had a very, very specific set of requirements. Well, for me to go and buy a Tom Anderson that has my exact specific requirements, it would have been a lot of money. I mean, we're talking probably, $3, $4, $5, $6,000 would be my guess. And it can be done, but I wanted to have a little bit of a lower cost solution. It's still got kind of relatively pricey, but I wanted a relatively lower cost solution that would be exactly what I'm looking for, and that's why I went to the building process. My first build was a Warmoth tele shape chambered, and great, awesome, great first build, relatively easy. It's really plug and play. Everything kind of just comes together, and it's really easy. But again, my biggest challenge with the Warmoths were, number one, you got to do a lot of customization in order to get 24 frets. So I only did 22, and I really wanted those last 2 frets. I mean, at the end of the day, I know it seems ridiculous, but after playing my PVX and having that extra 2 frets, I'm already super stoked about it. So that's number one. Number two, my biggest challenge, probably my biggest challenge with the Warmoths is that I wanted to, when you get where the way the neck and the body connect together, it's a bolt-in neck. That's fine. Fender does that. Even Tom Anderson does that. But the neck pocket, but where the neck meets the body, it's like this thick, if not maybe a little bit thicker. So when you get up to those, and you're at 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, on the fretboard, then you slam into the where the neck meets the body. I'm actually gonna pull it out and show you guys. Well, maybe that was a little bit ridiculous when I was saying it was this thick, but look, I think this is a good angle of it. Yeah. So this is what I'm talking about. I mean, that's still pretty daggone thick. So here's 12th fret, and you can kind of see it if you look, focus your attention down here. When I try to get up to 12, my hand bangs up against that where the neck meets the body, and it's just very uncomfortable. And so you're having to move your hand position from here to get to these upper registers, and I do play up here. So that's why I wanted to have a access to the 24th fret, or access, all the way up to the 24th fret without that barrier that I found right there. And that's what led me to do some more research, and I think I did like to have the double cutaway. That's why I did a bunch more research, and lo and behold, here comes PVX. PVX, it comes with 24 frets. Awesome. And the build is great. All those different pieces and parts. Um, so uh, that's really and so you can see with the PVX. So here's the 12th fret here. See right there. I mean, your hand doesn't have to move positions all the way up to 24. I mean, literally, my hand doesn't need to shift. It's exactly how I play, and it doesn't need to shift position, so it's a lot more comfortable to play. Um, so that's why I went with PVX. And one of the cool things about PVX, on the website there's only really like a clear maple or a flame maple as your options on the website. Um, PVX is a company out of North Carolina with a guy named Paul is the owner. He's the guy who does all the builds. He is super fun to work with. And so if you start reading really into the detail of the website, you'll see that you can call him, and he's got options for a lot of different kinds of woods. There is some upcharge on it, so I went with zebra wood and mahogany. Um, but I'm sure there's a lot of others that you can do. His standard is maple top with mahogany back. But again, I went with zebra wood because I wanted to have something very distinctive, very custom looking that really nobody else has. The neck is also comes standard as mahogany. I went with canary wood. He was able to do that because again, I wanted to have that raw finish.